is one of the most important and one of the oldest written communication in our human history. So, what is a letter? A letter is a message between two or more people, and where we put on paper or any other written means of communication. So, why letters are very important? Letters are very important to communicate and as well as to establish good relations, good rapport, good communication, and as well as to convey our feelings in a proper way. So we communicate through letters. Now we have the advanced technology because we are using mobile phones and chatting and social networking. But in olden days, people used to depend only on this written communication, that is letters. There are different types of letters for different purposes with different people. Okay, so how to write a letter, that we should know. Then, what are the components of a letter? See, these are the basic components of a letter. Sender's address or letterhead. Sender's address means generally we put sender's address on top, but letterhead in the business letters or whenever we are sending from an organization, then there will not be sender's address. Directly we write date. Sender's address will be only without we are writing to an individual to individual, then we write this sender's address. Next one, date, that is the another part. Then recipient's address, who are the receivers, that is who are the to whom we are addressing, that person's address we have to write here. Then opening salutation. Salutation means good morning, my dear or dear sir, like these salutations we have to write. Here you have to understand that this in this sentence, sender apostrophe is, that is sender's address. Okay, not plural. You remind that. Then opening salutation, dear sir, like that. Then subject line. What is the subject? That means on what purpose you are writing, for which purpose you are writing, what is the reason, what is the main reason to write the letter. For suppose when you are writing a letter to your HOD, then you write requesting something to grant leave for 2 days, like that. That is subject line. Okay. Then references. If you have any reference, this reference is optional. I mentioned it is optional. Yeah, it means that it doesn't mean every letter should have reference. Some letters will have reference, some letters may not have references. That is depending on the nature of the letter, we have to include the reference. For suppose when after your medical illness, after you want to claim that medical leave, then you include your medical reports. So under that you mention this reference medical reports. Okay, like that. Next one, body of the letter. What is the body of the letter? How to write the body of the letter? We have to divide the body of the letter into three parts: introduction, purpose of the letter, and conclusion. Introduction means if you are a third person or if you are unknown person, then you have to write about yourself. As I said here, that when you are writing to a HOD, introduction, who are you, your class, your roll number, this all you have to write as a part of this introduction. Then purpose, what is the purpose, why are you writing the letter, this we have to include in the purpose. Then conclusion, you have to conclude with a clear note, why you have written the note and what are you expecting, all these things you have to write. Then complimentary clause, like that, thanking you sir, like that we write complimentary clause. Next, signing off, yours sincerely, yours faithfully, yours obediently, like that we write in the formal letters. But in the informal letters, yours lovingly, or yours daughter, your son, like that we write. Next, your signature, this is another one. Then enclosures, this is also, I said it is optional. If there is a reference, then definitely there will be enclosures. Okay, so that is depending on the requirement or nature of the letter, we mention the enclosures. Then copy to, for suppose if you are writing or if you are sending to more than one person, then copy to, for suppose copy to HOD sir, copy to coordinator, then copy to your class teacher, like that. If you want to mention, then you can write. Okay, these are the elements of a letter or components of a letter, right? I repeat once: sender's address, date, recipient's address, opening salutation, subject line, reference it is optional, body of the letter, complimentary clause, signing off, signature. Generally in your examinations you will get a formal letter to write a letter to the commissioner, like that you get a letter. So examination point of view also it is very important. You have to remember the elements or components of a letter so that it will be easy for you to write in your examination. Then what are the 6 C's of a letter? How to write a letter? First, there must be clarity of message. What we want to convey, that we should mention very clearly. Clarity is very important. Okay, ambiguity should not be there. Straight point we have to mention. Next, consideration. You should consider that the reader also very important. Consider your point and as well as reader's point. Okay, what you want to mention, that you mention very clearly. Next, courtesy. Courtesy means for which purpose you are writing, that you have to explain very clearly in a polite tone of voice, and you should mention that note what you are expecting. Next, conciseness. It should be very simple, direct and specific language. That means brief we have to write, not an essay. You should not write in a lengthy way in letters. Okay, that should be avoided. Next, cordiality. That means tone, with a sort of relation we have to write in the language, should be like that. We have to use such type of words. Then cooperation. When we are writing in the business letters, we write with this cooperation, that we are expecting this, we need this, like this. Okay, so when you are replying to someone, then you have to mention that okay, we understand your problem, we'll send within the date, like that. You have to understand and you have to write like that. Okay, so these 6 C's are very important while writing a letter: clarity, consideration, courtesy, conciseness, cordiality and cooperation. Next, types of letters we have: for informal letters and formal letters. Informal letters we write to our friends, relatives and known persons in a informal tone of way. Casual language, colloquial language we use in the informal letter. But in the formal letter, we write with a purpose, or we write to an unknown person, majority of the case, and with a very clear purpose, we write the formal letters. Okay, the tone will be very professional tone, and then the language will be objective in nature. Okay, so these are the two types of letters. Fine. Next, official letters have the clear purpose, like circulars, notices, letter of application, enquiry or complaint. These are all some official letters. Then business letters, where we place an order and we place for some tools or any material or any quotation. This all will come under business letters. Okay, then there are the 3 types of formal letters: block format, modified block format and semi block format or simplified format. In the block format, we write everything in the left side of the page. That is, in a page we write everything left. That means everything in the sense we mentioned the components of a letter. That is, it starts from sender's address, then date, receiver's address, salutation, body of the letter, subject line, body of the letter, signing off, signature, all everything will be in the left side. But in the modified block format letter, we write date and signature, signing off and signature at the right side. Then the remaining all will be in the left side. Okay, then semi block format, it is written only to the organizations, not to an individual. So the format will be different. That is, we write most probably in the letterheads. Okay, these are the 3 formats of the letters. Next, some standard phrases. While we are writing a letter, these are some standard phrases. we have to use in our letter. Okay, next one. Then depending on the letters, we have the different phrases for apologizing and asking for help and regards, all these things. Next, when you are conveying good news, bad news, and thanking, these are some phrases we have to use in our letters. Okay, thank you.